You think you're being nice. But really, you're just afraid. Afraid they'll reject you if you say no. Afraid they'll leave if you stop pleasing. Afraid they'll finally see who you really are and walk away. So, you play a role. Smile when you're shattered. Nod when you're furious. Say, it's fine, when it's not. You're not kind. You're compliant. You're not generous. You're terrified. And the worst part? You don't even know it. Because from the outside, you look like the perfect person. Helpful, accommodating, selfless. But inside, you're burning. Craving permission to finally scream, I don't want to do this anymore. Carl Jung warned us about this. He said we all wear masks, what he called the persona. It's who we become to survive, and the longer we wear it, the more we believe we are it. You're not being nice. You're abandoning yourself. And every time you say yes when you mean no, you leave a piece of yourself behind. They don't even notice, but you do. You notice it at night, when the world goes quiet and you're left alone with your own silence. That's when it gets loud. That's when the resentment shows up like a ghost in the hallway, reminding you of all the times you swallowed your truth just to keep the peace. This is why you hate yourself, because your soul knows you're lying, not to them, to you. You weren't born to be a mirror. You weren't meant to reflect what everyone else wants. You were meant to be something real, something loud, something wild. But now you flinch when someone raises their voice. You apologize when someone bumps into you. You say, I don't mind, even when your heart is screaming, I do. Jung believed that every unclaimed truth becomes a shadow, that the parts of yourself you refuse to own don't disappear, they just hide, and they wait. Until one day, they erupt, in bitterness, in anxiety, in depression that has no clear reason. These hidden parts are what Jung called the shadow. It holds everything you don't want to see or admit about yourself, the anger, the selfishness, the desires you judge as bad. It's a basic rule of your mind. What you push away doesn't vanish. It just goes into the dark corners. And living like this, hiding from parts of yourself, takes a huge toll. You wake up feeling tired, deep down, even if you slept enough. You snap at people you care about over small things, and you don't know why. You feel empty, like a shell. Even when your life looks good from the outside, you have the job, the friends, maybe the relationship, but inside there's a vast empty space. That heavy feeling, that sudden anger, that's not you being weak. That's the buried rage, the quiet screams of the parts of you locked away. It's the anger of the real self that never got a chance to breathe, to speak its mind, to just be. Every single time you choose being nice over being true, you hurt the version of yourself that longs to be seen and heard. You betray the one person you are supposed to protect, yourself. And here's the painful trick. The more you deny your true feelings, the more you act the part of the perfect, agreeable person, the more praise and acceptance you seem to get from others. People will love the mask. They call you sweet, kind, selfless, a truly good person. They tell you how easy you are to be around. They admire your patience, your willingness to always say yes. But while they're loving the image you show them, inside, you feel like you're slowly falling apart, like something vital is dying. Because you know, deep down, they're not loving you, the real, messy, complicated person. They're loving your performance. They are in love with the persona you wear, that calm surface you keep, the one that avoids any waves. That's not real peace. Real peace comes from being whole and accepting yourself, flaws and all. That calm is just fear wearing a friendly face. It's the fear of conflict, The fear of rejection, the fear of being seen as difficult, dressed up to look like harmony. Carl Jung spoke often about the journey of becoming oneself. He said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." He meant that the greatest task you have is to uncover and live from your authentic self. But it's a path few fully walk. Many people go through life and leave it, still strangers to themselves. They are known by the mask they wore, smiling, always polite, empty inside. So let's stop the show. Let's look honestly at what's happening. You are not tired because you give too much to others. You are tired because you are constantly using your energy to hide your real feelings, to suppress your truth. It takes immense effort to keep the mask glued on and the shadow locked away. You are not overwhelmed because you care too deeply about everyone else's problems. You are overwhelmed because you are ignoring and silencing the voice inside you, the voice of your intuition, your needs, your limits. That voice is desperately asking you to stop, to say no, to choose yourself. This isn't genuine kindness that makes the world better. This is self-erasure. You are making yourself smaller and smaller, fading away. You might believe that being nice, being agreeable all the time, is a sign of strength. But true strength doesn't come from bending yourself to fit others' expectations. It doesn't come from avoiding making anyone uncomfortable. Real strength comes from standing in your own space, from being present with yourself, from the quiet power of saying a clear, grounded no when something isn't right for you, from the simple act of speaking your unapologetic truth, even when it's difficult. It comes from building a relationship of respect with yourself, from becoming someone you would actually admire, not just someone others find convenient. The world doesn't need more people who are just polite and agreeable on the surface. It needs more people who are honest, who are real. People who have the courage to say, simply and directly, "I see that differently. I don't agree with you. Thank you, but no, I won't go to that event. This situation is not okay with me. We need to change something." To say these things without feeling a wave of panic, without being instantly flooded with guilt, without feeling the need to explain and justify themselves endlessly, just to feel like they have permission to have their own thoughts and feelings. Your feelings, your opinions, your needs, they are valid just because they are yours. You don't owe anyone an explanation for them. You don't owe anyone your silence. And any relationship, any love, that depends on you staying quiet, on you being obedient and denying yourself, that isn't real connection. That's control disguised as love. Do you want to feel truly free? Do you want to stop carrying the heavy weight of living a lie? Then you have to be brave enough to start letting down the people who only seem to value you when you ignore your own soul. It's scary because you've built your sense of safety on their approval. But that safety is fake. Take a step towards meeting the version of you that you've kept hidden for so long. The one who feels things deeply, maybe feels too much, who has strong opinions, maybe says too much, who has clear desires, maybe wants too much, but who is whole and doesn't shrink or dim their light just to fit in or avoid upsetting others. That honest, unedited self, that's not a problem you need to manage or hide. That's not the enemy you've been so afraid of unleashing. That is the real you. The self Jung knew was waiting to be integrated and lived. Jung said, "We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. Life constantly presents you with moments, people, and feelings that are chances to see parts of yourself, especially the hidden ones. But the most important question is, When you see a glimpse of that real self, perhaps in a moment of unexpected strength, or a feeling you usually push away, will you recognize her? Will you recognize him? Or will you be too busy trying to be nice, too afraid of what you might see, to look yourself in the eye? Stop using all your energy trying to be someone everyone likes. That's a goal that can never be truly reached, and it costs you everything. Start putting that energy into becoming whole, into bringing all the pieces of yourself, the light and the shadow, the nice parts and the fierce parts, together. Because the real you, the self beneath the mask of fear, isn't always sweet in the way people expect, isn't always soft and easily managed, isn't simple or one-dimensional. The real you is powerful. The real you is fierce when needed, and wild, in the sense of being free and true to its nature. And most importantly, the real you is worthy. Worthy of love, worthy of respect, worthy of taking up space, exactly as you are, with all your truths, your feelings, your edges, even if no one outside understands it at first, even if no one claps or approves when you stop pretending and just stand in your truth. Especially then. That isn't about being difficult or defiant, just to be difficult. That is truth claiming its rightful place, your truth. And the truth of who you are doesn't need a long explanation or a list of reasons to exist. It just needs to be remembered, acknowledged, accepted, lived. Start remembering. Start living.